Right, so I want to take a look at the opening lead section in Whiskey in a Jar and the lead section in the middle of Whiskey in a Jar, just the main start of it. Okay, so I'll just demonstrate it now. So the main riff goes 3 times. And then zeros. So that's the opening line, and then the solo goes. Okay, so let's just start taking a look at the tabs. So what you can see here is we're starting on the 3rd string and it is on the 7th fret, so hit it twice and you play with your 1st finger. Now what happens, let me just make this a little bit bigger. You'll see that you got this 7, 9, 11 on the same string and it's a hammer and a hammer. So you play the 7, hammer the 9, hammer the 11. So you see there's a fret gap there when I do that. So the best thing to do would be to use your little finger here. Whatever finger you want to use there, maybe use your 2nd finger so you can get a good stretch on your little one. So that needs to be, so get used to that. So you should be able to hit it and then get them to fall on a bit quicker. That's how quick you want it to happen. So you got, and then what happens is your little finger's ending on the 11, but you bring your 1st finger to this 8. Okay, and then it goes up to the 3rd string again, and it goes 9, 11. Back to the 7 with your 1st finger, and then the 9, and then bring this to the 8 with your 1st finger. So that is, 9, 11. So you're going to be using your 2nd finger on that 9 because you used your 1st on that 8. So if you do the 8 there, you're going to use your 9 here with your 2nd finger, set 9, 11, and then back to the 7, 9, and then your 1st finger there on the 8. So putting that together. Do it a bit slower. Falls under your fingers quite nicely, so a bit quicker. One more time. Okay, so it does that 3 times if you look on the chart. And then it does this end bit, so similar to the first bit but starting on the zeros, and then you've got to get this 0, 2, 4 hammer. So 0, hammer the 2, hammer the 4. So you want to speed that up. It's just timing really, it's not like I'm a lightning fast, it's just how quick you place down each single finger. So 0, 0, and then you need the 3rd fret, so you might want to use your 2nd finger here, and then you've got 0, 2, 0, and then play the 2, slide it to the 4, and then a 0. If you want to pull that note off, you can do. So you go. Okay, so I might just play them again, so nice and slow. For 3 times. One more time of that. And then the 2nd line. Okay, So let's go to the solo, looks something like this, if you want to pause that. If you want me to go through it now, so it goes like this. You're on the first string and it goes 7, 8, 10, 8. So I'm using individual fingers for there. And then what it does is it goes to a 7, 8, 7, but as a hammer and a pull off. So you play the 7, hammer the 8 and pull it off. So you got, that should look like this. And then bring your little finger up to the second string on this 10. And your first finger should be hovering around where that 7 was, so you go back to that. So. And then you go to the second string and you go 10, 8, 7, back to the 8, 10. So you're running up and down with that. And bring your little finger to your 12, and then your little finger to the 13. So this little finger's sort of travelling up. And when you get to that 13, then you want to do a full bend. So a full bend is 2 frets higher. So if you want to reference that, you could play the 15th fret and then bend the 13, and it's got to sound like the 15th. So that's a full bend. Half a bend is where it's 1 fret up. So this little line, there, if it doesn't sound quite like that 15, then you're not bending it sort of long enough, high enough. So it goes. Okay, so the next line is here, so it goes 12. You want to maybe start that with your 3rd finger and then come up to here with your 3rd finger on the 14th, half a bend. So to reference that half bend from the 14th, you'd probably want to play the 15th fret. So go back to the 14th and bend to that note. So that's a half a bend. And then it goes 12. So you got. Okay, so then we start off the same way with that 12 on the 2nd string and then the 10. But this time you'll see a little, you got to hit the 10 again but slide quick to the 8. So the reason the 10's so small is because you don't really want to hold on it too long. You want to be like, you want it to be very fast off the 10. So it goes. And then your first finger's on that 8, and you're going to use your first finger for the 7, 7 and 5, because that's going to take you out of into another position down here. So you got. So it's not fast enough to need to use more fingers. You can do that with 1 finger. And then with your little finger going up to the next string, 8, 6, 5. Back to the first string, and here you can see the 8, 7, 5 is quite close together. So you're going to go, actually do a pull off with them. So the 8 pulls off to the 7 and to the 5. So keep them all on at first. And then back up to the 2nd string on an 8, 6, 5. And then 7, so shift your little finger to the 7 now, because you're shifting your position back a fret. And just bend this 4th string up and down. So this little line here, so 8, 6, 5, then a quick back to the 8, 6, 5, 7. So nicely running down the scale there. So you got. Okay, I'm just going to play this very slowly for you. So you go. Keep spending that. Okay, so I hope that's helped. I'm going to put together another video with the chords and the lyrics, so hopefully you can duck in between playing the riff and the chords. So alright, hope you enjoyed that. Thank you very much.